Hey guys, Annalise here, the Complexion Concierge. It's another No Makeup Monday, and I am coming to you from the gym. I'm a little sweaty, I'm a little stinky, but luckily this is a video and you can't tell. I was at the gym today and I was thinking about dehydration and how maybe we should do a quick little blog about what that means for both your body and for your skin. So, dehydration is bad. We know this. What we might not know is that 75% of people are chronically dehydrated. So, I'm going to go with the assumption that just like me, you are probably dehydrated. If you're not sure, we'll talk in a little bit about the signs of dehydration, but I'm going to assume that you are because most of us really are. 75%, that's three out of four people are never going to get themselves to a proper state of hydration on a regular basis. So, dehydration is bad because without water, our body can't function properly. Now, how does this affect this part of our skin? Well, our skin is part of the integumentary system. It's a huge organ that has 7 functions for the body. 7. It has 7 different jobs, and it's always a juggling act of trying to take care of all of those jobs at once, and certain things are more important at one time and certain things are less important, but it's always balancing those 7 things. And one of those functions is to protect our bodies from dehydration. So of the 7 jobs that the skin has, if one of them is protecting our body from dehydration, when we are dehydrated, the skin can't do the other 6 jobs as well. So let's get hydrated so that our body, and by extension our skin, can do its job, which is making us look glowy and dewy and perfect, right? Because we do. Our bodies are amazingly made, and they were made to make us look happy and healthy. So let's drink enough water so that by extension our skin and our face can look radiant and glowy. Now, it is not necessarily one-to-one. I can't say I drink more water, therefore my skin looks good. There's a lot of other things happening. But it is going to benefit your whole body, so by extension, it's going to benefit your skin. So, dehydration is bad. We know that. What causes dehydration? Number 1, you're not drinking enough water. Duh. But number 2, it's possible that you're doing something on a regular basis that is dehydrating you either on a mild to a more severe level. Something like a diuretic, something like coffee or wine. Those are both diuretics, and I enjoy both. So if you love your morning cup of coffee, I always want to give it's not ideal math, but for 1 cup of coffee, I want 3 cups of water, just to kind of even out the balances. So if you love a venti, blotty, frappy something every morning, you're going to need to start drinking a whole lot more water, okay? And then the other thing, too, is some medications can be diuretics. And some of them might surprise you. Maybe expected would be your allergy medications, which are actually to dry you up. Those can be diuretics. They are very drying to the skin and the whole body. But there are other medications that also are diuretics as well. I worked with a client once who was on a mild anxiety medication, and that medication also had some dehydration aspects to it, which she didn't know. She didn't read that part of the fine print, and we never thought about it until that moment, that she maybe just needs a little bit more water than most. So the other thing, too, is that dehydration is a condition, not a skin type. You can be oily and be dehydrated. In fact, oilier skin types will get oilier and have more oil when they are more dehydrated because the body is so out of whack. And the body, as a genius machine that it is just trying to do its best all the time. How do you know if you have dehydration? Well, aside from the fact that I'm just going to guess that you probably do because most of us do, I normally see it, for me, right here. It's like I can see the wrinkles or the expression lines from smile lines from repetitive motions here or here, here, around the mouth. And then you'll see next to those these very fine lines. They're like dry riverbeds. They're like the sand by the beach after the tide has gone out. And they're just little cracks that have nothing to do with motion. They're not from the movement of a muscle, but they're just as though water evaporated from the skin. You can also see it by gently lifting. I don't think I'm as dehydrated as I wish I was, But if you see right there on my eye, you can kind of tell. When I gently lift, you can see that it kind of goes, this little lines that kind of fall into place. I'm dehydrated, which does not surprise me in the slightest because it's 19 degrees outside. It was snowing and windy yesterday. And I was at a Brooklyn Nets game last night and had some beer in a plastic cup. So I'm totally dehydrated. So today, what I'm going to do about it is I am going to make sure that I am drinking enough water, but also that I'm using products with good hydrators in them. Now, hydrators are different than oil. Hydrators are most often humectants. Humectants is an umbrella term for ingredients, and my favorite humectant is called hyaluronic acid. You will find hyaluronic acid bottled on its own. I say it's not worth it because hyaluronic acid is not that simple. You know, I'm very anti-ingredientism. Never just look for one ingredient, because if one ingredient was the secret, we would all use it, right? I would totally not have a business. But hyaluronic acid, which is sometimes also called sodium hyaluronate, holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So while I'm drinking my water today, I want that hyaluronic acid to be binding to it to make everything kind of plump back up into place. If you aren't sure if your products are giving you good hydration, let me know, because I can tell you by looking at those ingredients. And that's part of what I do, is making sure that you have chosen your vices, whether it's your morning cup of Starbucks or your evening glass of wine or your Claritin that makes you not have allergy headaches, but also not having chronically dehydrated skin. Some other things that can be a side effect of dehydration, which maybe aren't as common in the beginning. I think the dry riverbeds is the first thing that most people see, but I also feel sensitivity, a little bit of like red, tight, and irritation when I'm first getting really dehydrated. A roughness to the skin, a flakiness sometimes, though that often is mixed with dryness. But like a congestion. The skin looks not even, not glowy, not dewy, because our body is in a little bit of a crisis mode. It's trying to deal with dehydration and it's not sloughing off properly. So if you have any of these symptoms and you're not happy with them, which I imagine you're not, let me know. Let's do our free 30-minute consultation if we haven't already, and let's get you on a better track towards hydration in a way that's really going to work in the long run. I'm never going to tell you just drink more water and hope and cross my fingers that it's going to get better. I'm going to tell you that we need to drink more water. I'm going to tell you why, and then I'm going to also encourage you to make some lifestyle changes, as well as get some products that are going to allow you to have a morning cup of coffee or a last martini before the end of the day. I want you to live your life, but always put on the best face that you can, so that that best face is always facing forward. You guys, if you have any questions about dehydration, let me know. I look forward to talking to you guys next week, and have a wonderful week ahead. Drink some more water. I'm going to take a shower. I'll see you guys next Monday.